They were laughing before I reached the door. Not polite laughter, not accidental, the kind that sharpens when it sees you coming. Fingers pointing, glasses clinking harder. Someone whispered it loud enough to be generous. "Test run. Husband is here." I didn't flinch. I never flinch when the truth finally removes its mask. My wife stood under the chandelier like she'd rehearsed it. Black dress, calm smile, her law firm's logo glowing behind her like a halo she didn't earn. She didn't hug me. She didn't kiss my cheek. She handed me an envelope the way you hand a valet your keys. "The first job of my firm," she said, voice steady, eyes cold, "is our divorce. Sign and leave." No tremor, no guilt, just performance. I looked at the envelope, thick, heavy, prepared. I nodded once, smiled even. Then I turned around and walked out while the room exhaled in relief, assuming the humiliation was complete. They thought the story ended there. She and I were not a mistake. That's what makes betrayal interesting. We met when she still believed justice mattered more than money. Late nights, takeout boxes, me funding her bar prep without ever mentioning it, me introducing her to investors when no one returned her emails, me wiring capital quietly so she could pretend she built everything alone. I didn't just love her, I constructed the runway she took off from. She used to say I was her calm, her certainty. She'd trace patterns on my wrist while talking about the firm she'd open one day. Our future, she called it. I believed her, because belief is cheaper than suspicion, until it isn't. The shift was subtle, always is. New friends, new tone, less eye contact, meetings that ran late but never produced results she could explain. Her phone face down for the first time in years. Then I saw the calendar invite she forgot to delete. Founders' dinner, partners only, partners, plural. I didn't confront her. I don't confront until I understand. I started listening instead. Her emails synced to the iPad she forgot I paid for. Her Slack messages archived but not erased. I watched as my name slowly transformed from husband to risk, from support to temporary. They called me a test run in private long before they laughed in public. I hired no investigators. I didn't need strangers. I had spreadsheets, contracts, wiring confirmations, silent equity stakes routed through holding companies she never bothered to question because she trusted my silence. That was her fatal error. I spent 3 months preparing while she practiced her smile. I restructured accounts. I pre-scheduled cancellations. I ensured every dollar I'd injected into her dream was reversible, legal, and devastating. I didn't touch her firm. I pulled the oxygen. The moment she handed me the envelope, the clock started. By the time my car door closed, the caterer received a cancellation notice, non-payment. The wine distributor froze delivery mid-pour. The DJ's tablet went dark. The venue manager's smile collapsed when the deposit vanished. I sat in my car and made 6 calls, calm, efficient. Then I pressed one button. The $20 million investment I'd parked as silent faith withdrew itself like a tide pulling back before a wave. Inside, they were still clapping for her speech. Outside, my phone stayed quiet for exactly 9 minutes. Then it began. Calls, messages, voicemails stacking like dominoes. Partners, associates, her mother, her father, numbers I didn't recognize. 456. I didn't answer. I went home, poured a drink, sat down. That's when someone knocked. She wasn't composed anymore, mascara ruined, voice shaking, the envelope still in her hand like a weapon that misfired. "You ruined everything," she said. I let the silence answer first. "No," I said finally, "I funded everything. You ruined it by forgetting who owned the silence." She tried anger, then bargaining, then tears, each one rehearsed, none of them effective. I slid a folder across the table. Not divorce, audit trails, ownership structures, emails she'd written assuming I'd never read them.
Her face changed when she realized this wasn't revenge, it was accounting. The partners arrived later, apologies dripping with panic, offers, threats. None of them mattered. The firm folded within weeks, not loudly, quietly. Leases terminated, careers rerouted, names removed from websites. Justice doesn't need an audience. The divorce finalized without drama. She took what was hers, which was less than she imagined, and exactly what the law allowed. I didn't fight it. Winning isn't about taking everything. It's about taking back what was never theirs to discard. Now when I think about that night, I don't remember the laughter. I remember how calm I felt walking away, because the moment she tried to make me small in public was the moment she gave me permission to be precise in private. And precision is something I do very well.